unintentional things. But, you know, I'm not going to have the tolerance for things that are intentionally done. Okay, so you clearly wanted to do that. You didn't have an end game. So, you know, you're confused about a few things. So I'm just going to let you go. You know, I'm going to let you, I'm not going to, you know, for this shade, I'm going to put you out in the sun and let you shine on your own. You know, you figure it out eventually. That's a good point. Indeed. You know, these guys make it, you know, a science project, and they still struggle with women. The reason why I don't really struggle with women, because it's not a major part of my life. I know how to have fun on my own. It's just whoever I invite into my life or into my world, you know, they're just partaking into it, you know. You're either going to enjoy the experience or not. It's not a big deal. You know, it's kind of like, you know, Noah building, you know, his ship. He's not really concerned who gets on the ship or who leaves the ship. And that's the other problem with you guys, you know. I don't know if you're more concerned with who gets on the ship or who gets off the ship. They have their reasons. People, you understand, everyone has selfish, ulterior motives. You know, it's not all bad. There's, you know, it's like a multitude of reasons behind that reason. There's good reasons, there's bad reasons, and then there's just the confusing, you know, I don't know, unsure things, right? You understand, you know, women are always confused. And, you know, within their confusion is a conundrum. They don't really have a clear idea of, you know, what they actually want until they're like, you know, well over middle age. And then, you know, in some aspects are not really that useful. And, you know, you got to understand this. When you think of, you know, and that's the other thing, you know, you guys look at this woman, oh, she's a godly woman, or she should be like this. Like, every woman is not born to be a Proverbs 31 woman. In a lot of ways, they're Proverbs 8 women, you know, based on, you know, what they were exposed to, based on how they were affected by what they were exposed to, or better yet, how they were infected by what they were exposed to. You know, behind every lie, there's 1,000 stories, you know. Now, I'm gonna put this out here. In a lot of cases, what I mean by, you know, the selfishness, people have selfish reasons, right? They have selfish reasons for entering a situation. They have selfish reasons for exiting a situation. Now, women's selfishness is not, you know, completely immoral. It's more so, you know, amoral with certain things. It's like I told you the story a long time ago. There was a young lady I was dealing with. She was actually, she was winning a pageant. She actually won a couple pageants. She was half black, half Rican. She was from Brooklyn. I met her on the train, you know, in Philly. And, you know, linked up with her. She had a dude at the time, you know, he was from the Ville, you know, and he was in the shit. You know, I was, you know, I was in the shit, but not, you know, to the extent that he was, you know. So, but anyways, you know, she was into me and stuff like that. And she told me, you know, certain things. She said, you know, first thing she said, you know, you have a good heart. You know, we chop and, you know, stuff like that. She said, you have a good heart, but, you know, I want you to protect that. And I want you to understand this one thing, you know, when you think about women, right? Look at women, right? You look at evil. You look at evil as evil, right? It's despicable. Yeah. We see evil as good. So you understand like this, you know, women are butterflies or they're snakes, you know, with butterfly coverings. Later on, someone told me, you know, as a pastor told me, he said, you know, they're more like scorpions with butterfly coverings, whereas though they get that sting on you. That sting can paralyze you. And you look at a lot of guys, you know, one bad relationship, one bad situationship, you know, can ruin a guy. One bad marriage, one bad situation, it can ruin him, bring him to financial ruin, mental ruin, possibly, you know, physical ruin. Because once you know you're brought to mental ruin, then you know everything else follows after that. You know, and then you got the other thing, you know, out here where guys look, you know, where their complaints is they can't get respect from women. And the reason why they can't get respect from women because they didn't, you know, provide the reason for why they should be respected in the first place. You know, respect is actually something earned, just like disrespect. Disrespect is something earned as well. And I said that to a young lady, and she looked at me like, you know, like I was an asshole for saying that. I said disrespect is earned as well. You know, there's, you know, overt disrespect and there's covert disrespect. So they mean like I was crazy for saying that. You're an asshole for saying that. I'm real for saying that because that's what it is. You know, can't just say, oh, you know, demand respect because I have a dick, balls. You know, yeah, guys, we built this infrastructure. You didn't build that, asshole. And you look at it with a lot of women, what they complain about. It's not really. I mean, this is lollipop shit. It's not even a big deal. It's basically just saying, just being on your shit. You should be more concerned with what you got going on than trying to get in my pants or try to control me, you know? And that's another thing where guys, you know, fuck up as they try to control women. They try to control people. The only thing that controls people is fear. You know, at best you can do is influence women. Now, you know, through the aspect of leadership, right? There's leadership by, you know, inspiration. Then there's leadership by manipulation. You know, but what's the most important thing you should learn? You should learn actually how to be yourself first. Learn how to be, you know, comfortable with being yourself. Learn how to be a man. You know, it's not about this game and all this other shit, and learn how to be a pimp and learn how to be a Mac and learn how to be a player and all that stuff like that, man. A lot of that ain't y'all, man. To be, you know, all the way honest with you, in order to, you know, you can sit here and get into this whole principle thing and all this other stuff, man. You got to really be a fucked up individual, you know, mentally. Somehow something is, you know, bankrupt in order to be a pimp, in order to be a Mac, in order to be a player. You know, it's a